Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in this episode, since I promised the discussion of the importance of sleep on the brain, or on the brain, however you want to put it, I promised I was going to do two parts. And in this part, I want to discuss what actually happens to your brain when you sleep. Because we tend to engage in two types of sleep. One is REM, which stands for rapid eye movement sleep. And the other one is NREM, which is non-rapid eye movement sleep. And there are usually 5 stages of sleep, I would say, in total. And 4 of those stages are made up of non-rapid eye movement. And 1 is made up of rapid eye movement. And we go through these cycles multiple times per night. And each of these stages, they're tied to specific types of brain waves and brain activity. So when you're asleep, let's just say stage 1. Now, this stage is normally a short period. It lasts for several minutes. And it's really like this light, non-rapid eye movement type of sleep, whereas your breathing and your eye movements and your heartbeat is slow. And your muscles tend to relax. They may twitch every now and then, but they tend to relax. And your brain waves begin to slow down. And when I say slow down, it's slowing down from its daytime process of, activities or patterns that you engage in during the day. And in this period, we can wake up like someone can drop a spoon or a cup or whatever, and you wake up. Now, the next stage is stage 2. And this is another stage, another period of non-rapid eye movement sleep. And your breathing and your heartbeat continues to slow down, and your muscles continue to relax even more. But you see what's key about this stage is that your body temperature begins to drop. And now your eye movements begin to stop. And your brainwave activity is very slow. But you'll still experience like these brief bursts of electrical activity. But this stage is the stage that has more repetitive cycles, more repeated cycles. It's that stage 2. And then you'll go into stages 3 and stages 4, where these are deep sleep stages. And they're also part of non-rapid eye movement sleep. But these stages allow you to feel refreshed in the morning. You need to get to these stages to start that process where you can feel refreshed the next day. And this deep sleep tends to last longer, let's say during the first half of the night. And this is where your breathing and your heartbeat are at their slowest levels. And your muscles are super relaxed, and it's kind of difficult to wake you up. And a person's brain waves in this stage is even slower than in stages 1 and stages 2. And then now you have your REM sleep. Now this is your rapid eye movement. With people, you'll hear people say, oh, you must have had serious dreams last night. Your eyes were moving really fast and so forth and so on. And this usually occurs, I would say, about an hour and a half or so after you fall asleep. And this is where, when your eyes are closed, your eyelids are closed, your eyes are like moving real quick from side to side. But guess what? Your brainwave activity during this phase becomes similar to when you're awake. Your breathing picks up, becomes faster, and it's more irregular. And your heart rate and your blood pressure increases to close to the levels of when you're awake, but not totally. But most of your dreams, this is why this happens, because most of your dreams are taking place during this time. I mean, you can dream during, let's say, the non-rapid eye movement period, but the bulk of your dreams takes place when you're in REM sleep. But this is where your leg muscles and your arm muscles become temporarily paralyzed. Why is that? The body and the brain is so awesome, where it presents with this temporary paralysis to keep your body from acting out your dream. And this is the part where, when that connection is lost, you may see people sleepwalking. Interesting, isn't it? But as you age, you spend less time in this phase, in the REM phase. But that point of temporary paralysis is extremely important. It is very important. So to take, what's the big deal about sleep so lightly is not a good thing. Sleep is super important. It's very important. Not just for the body to recharge and detox and new cell rejuvenation, but for the brain to detox and reset itself. So to ever think once that sleep, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. Everything in moderation, though. Because I'll stick with what I say, because I support the cliche, too much of anything is no good. What can be perceived as good, let's say sleep, too much of that is bad. Just like you hear me tout green leafy vegetables. But eat too much of that and it's bad. Or only that. But the thing about nature is, if you're eating healthy, you have leptin receptors, you have ghrelin receptors. Your body will feel satiated and it'll shut off after a while. And it won't allow you to eat beyond what you should unless you're eating chemically adulterated foods. But back to sleep. Sleep is super important. And if you're ever faced with any type of sleep disorder, whether it's due to your diet, whether it's due to stress, whatever, see an acupuncturist. Because we treat this all the time. We treat this all the time. Because optimal, 7 to 8 hours, but try not to get less than 6. You can try and stop eating at least 2 hours before bedtime. Stay away from alcohol, or, it's hard to say stay away from sugar-laced foods, because the names of sugars now, disguise, and, what it's hiding in what you're eating, because the can or the container didn't say sugar. You feel you're not eating sugar. And as acupuncturists, we hear this all the time when we're doing Eastern nutrition consultations. So some acupuncturists may ask, I know we do with Acupuncture My Life, bring in what it is you love eating before bedtime. And then when we expose the hidden ingredient that's actually sugar, many individuals are surprised. There's so much to acupuncture that you can benefit from. This is why so many people have already downloaded the app. So many individuals are watching Acupuncture is My Life TV streaming live on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Android TV. And a lot even watch it on their iPhone or Android devices. This is a wealth of information for your benefit from a health perspective. This is why seeing a physician on an annual basis and making regular wellness visits with your acupuncturist can make for an awesome life. So make acupuncture a part of your life, because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?